Today, I'd like to discuss some simple tips to a healthier life. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Stacey Hendry. I'm a health coach, and this is exactly what I do. So I'm going to share a lot of simple tips, and I hope that you will find some to incorporate into your life this week, at least one. What I promote is healthy food. What food you choose to eat makes a huge difference. It's something we have control of. We have control of what we eat for every meal of the day. And we can make choices to go to the right on this path with foods that are green and vibrant, that are growing up towards the sun. They're life-giving, rather than what's on the left, which is greasy and heavy and not as nutritious. So for everything that you put into your mouth, I'd like you to think about whether you're getting any nutrition from it. That is a really important thing to think about. Now, it doesn't mean you have to walk to the right on this path every time you eat, but for the majority of your eating, it would be great to do just that. So what can you eat? I really promote whole foods. That means one ingredient. Everything in this picture is one ingredient. We have salmon, we have avocado, blueberries. They're one ingredient. It's a whole food. It's not processed. Things like salami and crackers, they're made with different ingredients. They might have preservatives and they're no longer as healthy. So if you stick with the vegetable aisle, the meat aisle, beans, grains, those are whole foods. And that's where you're going to get the most nutrient dense foods. Sugar is really not good for the body. But, I believe in moderation, and we are a society that believes in sweet treats. So what can you do to make that better for yourself? Well, eating your sugar after meals has a huge impact on keeping your blood sugar stable. So if you eat a big ice cream on an empty stomach, the sugar's being broken down very quickly, digested and released into the bloodstream, and you get a sugar spike. If you've just eaten a piece of chicken, some vegetables, some healthy fats like avocado or olive oil, your body is spending more time digesting that food. It's a slower digestion. So when you eat the ice cream, it's going to break down slower and be released into your bloodstream more slowly so that your sugar doesn't spike. So just by eating your treat after your meals, it's better for you. And if you go take a 10-minute walk, that's great too. Um, Protein is a big topic. Everyone is talking about how much protein should I eat? How much am I eating? And I believe everyone is an individual on this topic, as well as most things with health. But it's good to know how much protein you are eating. And then you can see if you need to increase it a little bit and really watch how you feel. And if you need help with this is something that I can really help my clients with, finding out how much protein and then see how you feel. It doesn't mean if someone's eating 100 grams, that might feel great. Somebody else might feel bloated and gassy and heavy. So you really have to learn to listen to your body. Minimizing gluten and dairy is really important. Most foods with gluten, flours, crackers, things like that, have a lot of preservatives in it, first off, but a lot of people can't digest gluten very well or dairy products. So you become mucousy, have allergy attacks. So minimizing that over time, this took me years to remove most of it from my diet. I occasionally will have a slice of pizza, but in general, I don't eat much gluten and dairy and feel much better for it. Um, One thing is to eat different colors of fruits and vegetables. Each color, as you can see in this chart, has a different health benefit. The red reduces the risk of diabetes and certain cancers. Orange promotes eye health, protects your vision, boosts immunity. So this is a great thing to do. You print this chart and see what colors you're eating. Maybe you're not having any blue. So you can go try to add something blue to your diet, over the course of a week. You don't have to eat every color every day, but over the course of the week, you want to get a variety of foods in a variety of colors. And if you have young children, it's fun to make a little chart and let them check off what colors they're eating and say, oh, you didn't have any green. What kind of green vegetable do you want to have today? Make it fun. Exercise is really important. Everybody knows that, but The thing I hear the most is I don't have time. So what can you do when you don't have time? We're all very busy. Life is exciting. There's so many things to do. How can you squeeze in exercise? Well, I have started to record a bunch of 1 minute exercises, something that you're going to get a big bang for the time that you spend. So take a look at the plank on the left there. A plank engages just about every muscle in the body. And if you can do it for 1 minute, that's a long time. So doing a 1 minute plank every day, or maybe, in the middle of your workday, you go take a walk, do a plank, come back to your desk. You'll see a lot of benefit from that in just that 1 minute. Also, the bands, if you are holding your arms out like this under tension for a minute or 30 seconds, you're really starting to feel that. And you're not taking a lot of time. So I keep that band on my desk when I'm on a Zoom call. Sometimes I start doing the band exercises underneath the camera, and no one even knows I'm doing it. It's not taking me any additional time. You can do squats, leg lifts while you're brushing your teeth. Um, these things you can do without any additional time in your day. And if you walk, maybe get an exercise buddy, somebody you can call on the phone, a good friend, a family member, and talk to them while you're walking so that you get some joy of talking to a friend while you're exercising, and also some accountability. Building muscle burns more calories than weak muscles. So just by building your muscle, you're burning more calories, so it's a bonus. So my YouTube channel is listed there, Adopt a Healthy Habit. That's where I have these 1 minute sneaky exercises. So take a look there and see what you can find and try one this week. I also have daily exercise on Zoom every single day. So reach out to me to get some information on that. Stress is huge in our world right now. So one big thing is to breathe. And I know we all breathe, but taking a minute to focus on your breath has a very relaxing property. So this guy here is leaning back, you're sitting at your desk. We're all very front focused with our phones or our computers. So just taking a minute to stretch your arms up, take a deep breath in and lean back, and then exhale as you come down, and do 3 rounds of that. You will feel some relaxation coming in, and it's very good to practice that so that when you're really high in stress, those little tricks will work. Do a breathing exercise. I have so many of them, so reach out to me. I can give you more options, but the box breathing is a good one. So if you imagine a box, you can inhale going up the side of the box for the count of 4, and then hold your breath going across the top of the box for the count of 4. Exhale for the count of 4 coming down, and then hold that again for the count of 4. And you go around that box 3-4 times. It takes about a minute. I like to do this when I wake up in the morning. When I'm waking up and before I get out of bed, I'll do this for like 4 rounds. And when I get in bed at night, I'll do it then too. It's about a minute, but it relaxes me so I get better sleep. Daily meditation is really powerful as well. And again, it took me years to be able to sit 10 minutes for a meditation. At first, I went on YouTube and said 1 minute meditation, and that's what I did. And I slowly increased it to a 2 minute meditation. It doesn't have to be anything special. It can just be around a box breathing, or just sit and breathe in and breathe out and focus on that in your mind with your eyes closed. That is a calming activity. Laughter is really powerful. We've all been giggling and see how much better you feel. Some comedians I like are Nate Bargatze or Sebastian Maniscalco, but I'm sure you've seen some. Check these guys out, just for 5 minutes. You go on YouTube, and then all these things pop up, and I don't want you to go down the rabbit hole with distraction. But if you take a 5 minute break from your desk and get some laughter in, it will clear your mind and you'll think better and be more productive. And lastly, although this should have been first, is sleep. Sleep is the most important thing. That's when your body restores its energy It detoxes your brain, balances your stress hormones and your immune system. So these are really important things that you want to have happen on a daily basis. What happens if you can't sleep? What are you going to do? You can't just force yourself to sleep. So here are some tips. When you go outside by like 9 a.m. And get the light in the sky, no sunglasses, just have the light come into your eye. You don't have to stare at the sun, you just stare up at the sky. I like to take a 10-minute walk around my neighborhood and get that light. And that tells your brain that it's time to wake up. Something called circadian rhythm, which controls your sleep. And that's the way you're kicking off your circadian rhythm. And it's telling your body that in 12 hours or so, you're going to be tired and go to sleep. So by getting that light in the morning, you're setting yourself up for a better night's sleep. An evening routine is really powerful, starting with getting off your electronics like 2 hours before you go to bed. That light from the electronics is very, very stimulating. So just disconnecting, turning it off, your computer, your phone, sometimes even the TV, and be done with that like 2 hours before you go to bed. During that time, you can do some stretching, you can do some breathing, a gratitude journal by your bed where you write one thing that went really well that day is really helpful to let us see how lucky we are in life. And those little reminders of something good always happens some point during the day. So it's great to put that in a journal. And coffee, caffeinated drinks, try to cut that out by noon. Some people are very sensitive to caffeine and you might not even realize it. So taking a week to eliminate caffeine and see if your sleep improves will let you know whether the caffeine is really impacting your sleep. Other thing I love to do is plan for tomorrow. So at some point in my day, I like to be done with like work or my task list and take a look at it, cross off what I've done, plan the top 3 things I need to do tomorrow, and then put that away until the next day so you can clear your mind. You can keep a notebook by your bed so when you wake up thinking of something, you can just jot it down and then you're not kept awake while you're thinking about this task you have to do the next day. So those are some things that I find really help with sleep. These are just a couple of ideas of things, but I hope you can pick something to try. This is where to find me, my website, Adopt a Healthy Habit. I have many programs, weight loss, cleanses. Take a look there. My email, if you want to have a copy of that Eat the Rainbow chart, please email me, Stacy@adoptahealthyhabit.com. And go onto my YouTube channel, Adopt a Healthy Habit. Please subscribe. You'll see the exercises that I talked about, and there's many talks about cholesterol, diabetes, cooking shows. So take a look there and see and subscribe so you're always alerted to when the new videos come out. So thank you for listening and have a healthy day.